Warm greetings from Cambodia. It's Marie Enns sharing with you again encounters with God from my life. As the war raged on in Cambodia during the 70s, it became more and more evident that we probably would have to be evacuated. And sure enough, the day came when we got the telegram saying that within a few days we needed to be ready for an American embassy flight to take us to Bangkok. Once there, we received letters from Canada saying, what a shame that we had not been able to arrange adoption for a couple of Cambodian orphans for my sister-in-law. So we thought, well, maybe it's not too late. Let's go to the refugee camps and see if there might be some orphans there. So Norma and I went and visited the refugee camps, and we got to the last one. It was already dark, and there was a pastor's wife there. And she said, yes, there's a baby here, and the father of the child and the father-in-law didn't make it across the border before they closed the border. And the young mother is here with her children and the mother-in-law. And the mother-in-law does not want to be responsible for her daughter-in-law with these two little kids. And so they're going to give these children to the Thai. So we called the family over, and somebody handed the baby to me. And he was 2 months old. I handed him back to his mother, and I said, listen, we're not here to ask for your child. But if you're going to give him away anyway, we would like to take him. She handed him back into my arms, and she said, take him. And then they said, he has a 4-year-old sister, will you take her too, please, and let them stay together? And so it was that we left the camp saying, we would like to take these children. Well, the governor of the camp, of course, couldn't just hand the kids over to us. So he said, I can't give them to you because I need permission from the governor of the province, and I need also documentation from somebody from the Ministry of Interior. And so with that we left. It was already nighttime and we went to sleep. Next morning we went to the cafe that was there in the restaurant. The owner was a Christian, and he kept running over to us and saying, how can I help you? What can I do for you? Finally my husband said, well, can you tell us how to get in touch with the governor? And surprisingly, he said to us, the governor? He's sitting in the booth right next to you. He doesn't usually come here for breakfast, but he came today because he has a visitor from Bangkok, a man from the Ministry of Interior. What an amazing God encounter that was. So after he had finished breakfast, we talked to him, and he got his secretary to go to his house, even though it was Saturday, a special request. We followed along in our car, and we drove to the governor's house, and he got his secretary to quickly type out the documentation. We had the information from the Ministry of Interior and from the governor of the province. We took that information back to the camp. The camp director could hardly believe that we had gotten this so quickly, with just in less than a day. And so when he saw the documentation, he said, well, yes, it looks like you can have the children. So we put the 2 children in the car and drove them to Bangkok. We were so naive. We had no idea what we were doing. We didn't know about how we would have to get visas and documents from Bangkok and documents from Canada. But we went ahead as the Lord directed, because he had shown us already there in that cafe that he was with us. He had performed a wonderful thing, a wonderful miracle for us, bringing the people that we needed to see to be right next door, right into the next booth for us. And so we brought Darren and Chandra back to Canada, and to meet their wonderful parents, Soph and Jerry Sommerfeld. They're grown up now. They have families of their own. They have children of their own, and their lives have been blessed because of this wonderful encounter with God.